Another math woman. Multiplying fractions. Dividing day and night. Adding numbers to get sums. And subtraction the most fun. Another math woman.
Unit 3 Video Project by Anna McNeil. Today we're going to be solving a set of problems. First off, Kate is reading a 500-page book. The graph below represents the relationship between the number of hours Kate has spent reading and the number of pages she has read. At what rate in pages per hour is Kate reading? So pages per hour means we have to find the slope. So we can see right here it passes through the origin, and it's the coordinate pair 5, 200. But since it's rise over run to find slope, it would be 200 over 5. So we need to figure out how to get y over 1. So you can see from 5 to 1 we do divide by 5. So we need to divide 200 by 5 to get 40. So the slope is 40, and in the problem form, it would be 40 pages per hour. What is the total amount of time in hours it will take Kate to read the 500-page book? So first, we have to make an equation. The equation will be 500 equals 40x. It'll be this way because the slope is pages per hour. So it's 40 pages per hour, and we have to find how many hours it takes to get 500 pages. So we divide 500 by 40 to get 12.5. It'll take Kate 12.5 hours to read the entire 500-page book. Next, Edward is reading the same 500-page book. The equation below represents the relationship between y, the number of pages he has read, and x, the number of hours he has spent reading. Y equals 50. So, on your grid, graph the equation that represents the line of hours that Edward has spent reading and the number of pages he has read, labeled line Edward's line. So 50x means that the slope is 50. So if it's 1 or 50 pages per hour, so we go up 1, go 50. That's this equation. And we want to plot it right here and make a line. And then we have to solve that to see, because he says that Edward thinks he will finish reading the book in less time than Kate. Is he correct? So first we have to solve Edward's equation. So y means the total amount of pages. So it'll be 500 equals 50x. So when we solve that, we do 500 divided by 50 to get x equals 10. So it takes him 10 hours to read the entire book, while it takes Kate 12.5. And since 10 is less than 12.5, Edward is correct. It will take him less time to read the book than Kate. Each of the 4 functions below shows a relationship between x and y. What is the slope of the line that represents function h? So if we see right here, function h, let me move this over here. See? This coordinate pair is -2, -5, and 4, 4. So to find the slope, we have to do the formula. The formula is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Keep in mind, these right here, they're not exponents. They're just meant to say the first coordinate pair and the second coordinate pair. So you fill those in. You do 4 minus -5 over 4 minus -2 to get -9 over -6. Simplify that, you get 3 over 2. So the slope for function h is 3 over 2. Now we have to write an equation in terms of x and y to represent the graph of function j. So function j says to multiply the x value by 3, so put it right here, and subtract 6 to get the y value. So to get, basically saying equal. So y equals x times 3 minus 6. But if we want to put that into the proper form, so it'd be y equals 3x minus 6. What is the y-intercept of function k? The y-intercept is where the line intercepts with the y-axis. So it would have to be 0, comma, a number. But we don't have to do any work because we can see it right here, 0, comma, 6. So we have to find out what y is, but we see 0, comma, 6. So the y-intercept for function k is 6. Now, we have to list the 4 functions in order from the function with the least rate of change to the function with the greatest rate of change. So, first we have function h, which is 3 over 2. And I'm making this all in fractions with a denominator of 2 just to make it easier so we can find out which has the higher or lower slope. And then function I, you see right here, 2.5x, the slope is 2.5. So it would be 5 over 2. Now j, we see it right here. So the slope is 6 over 2. And then for function k, we have to find it. So again, we have to find the slope using this formula. So we 6 minus 8 over 0 minus 2 to get negative 2 over 2, or 1. So you can see 2, so k, that's 3, so h, that's 5, so I, and that's 6, so j. So we KHIJ. Now, for each line, we need to find the slope, the y-intercept, and the equation. First, we need to find 2 points. So we can easily see a point right here, so 0, 5, and 5, 0. Now we have to put in slope form, or the formula. So 5 minus 0 over 0 minus 5 is 5 over negative 5, which simplifies to negative 1. So the slope is negative 1. The y-intercept, again, is where the line intercepts with the y-axis. So we can see it right here, and that is 0, 5. Slope intercept is 5. Now the equation. The equation is y equals mx plus b. So m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. So it would be y equals negative 1x plus 5. Now, for the red line, the slope, we need to find 2 coordinate points. 3, negative 1, and 3, 2. Do the formula, negative 1 minus 2 and 3 minus 3, which is negative 3 over 0. But that can't happen. So it's undefined, because if you try to divide negative 3 by 0, it comes out as undefined. And the y-intercept, it never crosses the y-axis. There's no y-intercept. Now the equation, the formula is x equals a. X equals 3 because no matter what, the x place in the coordinate will always be 3, because it could be 3, 10, it could be 3, negative 1. It's always going to be that. And a means whatever number the x placement is. Now for the pink line. Find 2 coordinates, so 0, negative 6, and 2, 0. Put into this formula, negative 6 minus 0 over 0 minus 2. We get negative 6 over negative 2, which will simplify to 3. So the slope is 3. Now the y-intercept would be 0, 6. And so the equation y equals mx plus b would be y equals 3x minus 6, because that's the slope and that's the y-intercept. Now for the blue line, it's sort of similar to the red line because it's horizontal, it's in a vertical though. But find 2 points. So 0, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. So if we put it into the formula, slope formula, we would get negative 2 minus negative 2 and 0 minus negative 2, which we get 0 minus 2. If you try to divide 0 by 2, you get 0. So the slope is 0. Now the y-intercept, we can see it intercepts at the point 0, negative 2. Now the equation is y equals mx plus b. So we fill it in, y equals 0x minus 2. But since it's 0x, it basically just like x's out. So really it's y equals negative 2. Okay, a truck delivers tables and chairs to a fair. The truck can carry 1,000 pounds total. Tables weigh 50 pounds each, chairs weigh 10 pounds each. Okay, so it says that we need to complete the table showing 3 ways the truck can be packed with tables and chairs. But I think it's easier if we find the equation first, right here, so we can be more efficient in solving this. So, write an equation for the number of tables, T, and the number of chairs, C, that the truck can carry. So it said that tables weigh 50 pounds each, so 50 T, because 50 pounds per table, and then 10 pounds per chair. So 1,000 equals 50T plus 10C. So once we have that, we can do the work to solve this. So we need to fill in the T for 1 and then we create, since we do 50 times 1, it's just 50. And now we have to minus 50 from the 1,000 to get 950 is equal to 10C. Then we divide 950 by 10 to get 95, so 95 chairs. Then for the second one, we fill in the C for 60. So it would be 10 times 60 is equal to 600. So now we minus 600 from 1,000 to get 400 is equal to 50C. Then divide that by 50 to get 8. Now the number of tables as 20. So we fill that in, multiply 50 times 20 to get 1,000. So now we minus 1,000 from 1,000 to get 0 is equal to 10C. But 0 divided by 10 is just 0. So now we have to draw a graph of the number of tables, T, and the number of chairs, C, that the truck can carry. So it's easier to find the y and the x and y intercepts, which is basically where the line goes through the x-axis and where the line goes through the y-axis. So we do this by making each of the variables 0. So at first we would do one of the variables 0. So we will make 50 0 first. So it would just be 10 C is equal to 1,000. So 1,000 divided by 10 is 100. And then if we do it for the x-intercept, we create C is 0. So it'll be 1,000 divided by 50 is equal to 20. So the x-intercept is 20. So base, we can see, we plot it 20 and 100 and draw a line. Now, a restaurant charges $10 for each burrito and a $5 delivery fee. So the $5 delivery fee is never going to change. It's a flat fee. But like I said in the previous problem, instead of solving how much it would cost to have 4 burritos delivered, it's easier to find the expression first. So $10 for each burrito. So 10 and x is amount of burritos and 5 is the flat delivery fee. So now we can solve the first problem. So 10x plus 5. We fill in the 4 burritos for x. So we do 10 times 4 is equal to 40 plus 5. So the total to have 4 burritos delivered would be $45. Now we have to create a graph. We have to label the axis. So burritos and then cost. And cost would be on the y-axis because it's the dependent variable because it depends on how many burritos you order. And it says we have to deliver up to 15 burritos. This is only 10 spaces here. We can count by 2s. So, and now for the cost, we can count by 20s, let's just say, because it's $10 per burrito. Okay, so since we have right here, if you have 0 burritos, you still $5 delivery fee, right? So we're going to plot point at 5. Oops. And then we plot a point. It's easy to plot a point if there's only one burrito delivered. So, oops. Oh no. I keep clicking random things. So be 1 and then 15 because fill that in. 10 times 1 is equal to 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. And then we draw a straight line across. Anyways, hope this helped. Bye.